Welcome to my home. I come from a big family, and I'm the fourth of four brothers, but I have a little sister, and her name is Jeannie. And she's 4 years younger than me, and Jeannie and I had a lot of good time together. We'd drink a lot of coffee together and tell a lot of stories. And one day, I'm coming back from China, and I'm connecting with Jeannie. She's in the Seattle area with her husband and family. And she tells me about this guy that she's met. They're part of a church in their community. And the church had hosted a Mongolian family, husband and wife and 3 kids, and said, Jeannie, would you and your family host this family for a few days at your house? And Jeannie said yes. And so while this family was at Jeannie's house, Jeannie told the story of my father, who was actually a translator from Mongolian for the Mongolian Bible in the late 40s after World War II in Inner Mongolia. He was originally supposed to go to Inner Mongolia, but the communists had already taken over, so he ended up in Lanzhou, Gansu province, where he studied Mongolian and he began the editing. The Bible was already translated, but the translation needed editing into more modern Mongolian. So for a year and a half or so, he edited the Mongolian Bible there, and then they had to escape the communist takeover of China in 1948, and they flew to Hong Kong, and he spent 3 more years in Hong Kong editing the Mongolian Bible, and then from Hong Kong, he moved to Taiwan. And so my little sister Jeannie is telling Sheikha, this Mongolian pastor, the story of my parents' work with the Mongolian Bible. And Sheikha's going, this is crazy. We know about that translation. It was for Inner Mongolia, which was the Chinese side of Mongolia, but we used it in Outer Mongolia too. And I'm a part of the committee that's running the Mongolian Bible Society's 730th anniversary celebration. And we would like you to come and bring any documentation from your dad's work in Hong Kong and Mongolia to this conference in Ulaanbaatar, the capital of Mongolia. Well, Jeannie calls me up and tells me all this story out of the blue. The family she's hosting in her home actually knows of our father's work in Inner Mongolia. And I said, Jeannie, I had been in a team mission office in Calgary, Canada, where they were closing down the office as a sit-in office. They were all going to go to working from home, and they had to get rid of the library. And I went through the library, and I found the Mongolian Bible that my dad and Stuart Gunzel had worked on, and a copy of it. So I had that copy. And I said, Jean, I've never been to Mongolia. I live in China, but I have never been to Mongolia. I'm going. So Jean and my wife Sandy and I went to Mongolia for this conference about 2 years ago, 2017, maybe it was 2016. It was awesome. When you think about 730 years of Bible translation history, that means the Mongolians had portions of scripture before the British did, before Wycliffe started translating the English Bible into modern English in those days. They already had it, and it was Cyrillic script, a Russian kind of script, Greek Orthodox. And we had a blast. I met more PhDs, Mongolian PhDs. These guys were like the smartest people in the world that were working on continuing translation. I am blown away by the vision of the Mongolian church. They only revived in 92 when the Soviet Union collapsed. And since then, their vision has become wherever Genghis Khan invaded and controlled parts of the world, we're going to go there as missionaries and reach them for Christ. It's a little country, 3 million people. What can they do? They're Mongols. They are reaching out all over Central Asia, other parts of the world, and God is blessing them. Thank you for joining me in my home for this story. Pray for the Mongolian missionaries that are going all over the world. Thank you.